History never forgives weakness. Upon this hill, the tears of a king marked the definitive end of a grand civilization. This key was not merely to open the city gates. It was the honor of Andalusian Muslims, bartered away without any remaining resistance. Do not weep like a woman for what you failed to defend as a man. These words became his eternal historical curse. January 2nd, 1492. The day the final call to prayer echoed across Granada, ending nearly 800 years of Islamic rule. Yet before this tragic downfall, Granada was the jewel of the world, a city of unmatched knowledge, art, and boundless wealth. Boabdil grew up in the shadow of a feared father, but within his heart, the seeds of resentment and dark ambition began to take root. Behind the silk curtains of the palace, conspiracies were woven. A mother's vengeance and a son's ambition became the recipe for an empire's doom. When the enemy outside is watching, the last thing you need is a war from within your own house. Boabdil successfully seized the throne. He wore a crown stained with the blood of his own family, believing he had reached the pinnacle of glory. However, a throne built upon betrayal can never stand firm. In his first attempt to face the true enemy, Boabdil was easily defeated. The Sultan was now a prisoner in the hands of his mortal foe. This was where the ultimate trap was set. King Ferdinand offered Boabdil freedom and his throne back under one fatal, secret condition. To save himself, Boabdil agreed to become a Spanish puppet, secretly vowing to hand over Granada when the time came. Blinded by power, Boabdil dismantled his own defenses just to satisfy his fragile lust for rule. When a nation is busy fighting itself, the enemy does not even need to lift a sword to destroy them. Once his uncle and father were eliminated, Boabdil realized Ferdinand's promises were nothing but a lie. The hour of reckoning for Granada had arrived. The city of Granada was besieged relentlessly for 8 months. No food, no reinforcement, and no hope remained. Famine began to tear away the remnants of their pride. A sultan's ego had cost the lives of innocent citizens. In the darkness of the night, this magnificent palace felt like a tomb to him. Could this tragic downfall have truly been avoided? There were no choices left. Surrender meant losing their homeland, but persisting meant the total annihilation of the entire city. On that day, history recorded the greatest surrender of honor. Islamic civilization in Spain collapsed forever. When a crown falls from a ruler's head, it is the people who bear the heaviest burden of suffering. Upon this very hill, Boabdil's tears of regret fell. Yet, tears cannot rebuild the walls that collapsed due to the weakness of one's own soul. The greatest lesson from Granada is, freedom is never given as a gift. It must be defended with courage and loyalty. Boabdil's story is not merely about the loss of a city, but an eternal warning about the perils of division and betrayal in leadership. History is written by those who have the courage to stand firm, while those who surrender are remembered only as footnotes of failure. The fall of Granada teaches us that no matter how powerful an empire or how great an achievement may seem, it can collapse in an instant when personal ambition, ego, and internal division are allowed to outweigh unity and the greater good. If you could change just one decision made by Boabdil that might have saved Al-Andalus, which decision would you choose, and why? Share your thoughts and reasoning in the comments below.